got my big bada boom shirt on. Little Fifth Element going on. I have a special video for you. I don't know if you saw the title of this, but I am going to show you my entire movie collection. I'm going to do this in parts because I've got a lot. It's going to take a while. Oop, I bumped you again. I keep bumping you. So this is going to take a while. So I'm going to do this in parts. As of right now, I want to say there's close to 58, 59 parts. Something like that, maybe more. But I'm going to do this in sections of 50 each video. So this video here will take probably almost an hour. I'm going to try to go as quickly as I can. This is part two. This is part one, take two. So I've tried to do this before, but it just didn't turn out. Actually, the video turned out great. Just kind of lost it in translation between the camera and editing software. So today I am going to work on doing this again, and I will probably be interrupted a few times. I kind of figure that's going to happen. All right, so number one on my list, the first, I think, like 20 of these, 25 of these, I've already done a movie review on. I will probably do a movie review on some of these later down the road again. Just kind of update them. But for now, if you want to look at the there is, like, I think a playlist or whatever, my uploads, you'll see that. So start with number one in my collection. Very first one in my collection. One of my favorite John Goodman films. He plays a small role in it. He's just the father of the main girl. And it's actually a really good movie. How am I being interrupted on that device? Hold on a moment. Okay, that was a little strange. So, very good movie. It's about this girl that basically wants to be her own person. She goes to the big city and wants to make some money. So I think she's going to school so she can pay her bills. So she becomes a dancer in a club. So that's a good one. And then next one, is another Burt Reynolds film, Smokey and the Bandit. These guys, absolutely amazing film. I think between the two I've seen, which is Smokey and the Bandit, and I think the other one is Smokey and the Bandit Part 2, or something Run, maybe. I like this one. Speaking of runs, Cannonball Run is really good too. Yeah, Smokey and the Bandit there. And then I have a Chris Farley film. I've seen it. It's not the best. It's funny. Don't get me wrong. It is funny. Beverly Hills Ninja is good. However, I think he's better in Tommy Boy. But then again, I liked him on Saturday Night Live with, the little man or the big man in a little suit. Yeah, living down by the river in a van. Yeah, I butchered the crap out of that. All right, excuse my language. But Beverly Hills Ninja, it's funny. It's good. Same with this. This is a Robin Williams film. Not the best film, but it kind of shows diversity, which is Patch Adams. Robin Williams, gosh, what an actor. I'm so sad that, unfortunately, he's no longer with us. He had the ability to be very diverse and kind of expand. He had a huge horizon. He could act. And he could really take a role and just make it something extra special. And Robin was just brilliant, was just fantastic. And I mean, this is a heartwarming comedy. It's great. So if you ever get to see that, I highly recommend Patch Adams. It's a good one. All right, so this is one I got this when I was in high school, I think. I think I was in high school. I had a buddy of mine, he recommended I see it. He thought, this is a man's man movie. This is like the new Scarface. This is a great, great movie. This has got Edward Norton and Brad Pitt, Fight Club. I like this movie a lot. However, it's been about 10 years maybe since I've seen it. I could probably get away with maybe another 5 or 6. Great movie. Great movie. It's one of those that once you see it, you're like, oh, I got it. But Edward guy here, Edward Norton, I'm going to ruin this for you, kinda. He thinks the Brad Pitt character is a real person, and he's not. So it's good. It's one. I would say it's kind of that same kind of thing as Sixth Sense, where you watch Fight Club and you watch it the first time and you're like kind of confused by it because things happen and can't really put them together. And then when you watch it a second time, boom, instant click, instant makes sense, and you're like, whoa, okay, it's a good film. All right, so then we've got some Italian Job with Mark Wahlberg. And another Edward Norton. So he's in this one too. So Italian Job, a great film. So this group decides to do a bank robbery, basically. And they use, it's a crazy action film. They use some Mini Coopers, and they're going up and down stairs, and it's really cool. It's really cool. Is that the bank robbery? Yeah, they do a bank robbery, and then the guy that they're working with basically messes them over, and then they have to steal from the guy that messes them over. All right, so this is a John Cusack and Kate Beckinsale film, Serendipity. John Cusack is probably why I own this film. This is more of a romantic comedy, kind of. Not a big fan, necessarily. I like John Cusack. I like his sister. I think his sister is just as great of an actress as he is. There's other films he's done that are just way, way better in my opinion, but on its own, it's a pretty good film. Robert De Niro in Taxi Driver, the same guy that recommended Fight Club to me, recommended this one to me. He says, well, if you have never seen that, then you're not a true man. I'm like, not a true man? What does it mean, be a true man? You gotta like man movies, and that's a man movie, and you gotta own it. I'm like, okay. I watched it. The first time I watched it, I don't think I was paying attention because I hated it. It was just rough and raw and just like grimy and it's like having oil and dirt like shoved into a brake caliper. I mean, it was just and the second time I watched it, it just started clicking. Robert De Niro is one of America's best I don't know how to do it, creepy guy actors. He's just a great creepy guy. He plays that part of a creepy guy really well. He tries nowadays, he's he's older. He tries to do more of the funnier kind of stuff. Nah, Taxi Driver was probably one of his best in my opinion. All right, so this is called A Masterpiece of Imagination, Alice in Wonderland. I can never remember what the girl's name. I'm going to get yelled at here. I can never remember what the girl's name is. Let's see. Robbie. I don't know. Anyways, Whoopi Goldberg, and there's a great big cast in it. Great cast in here, and but definitely worth checking out if you like Alice in Wonderland. It's not the best Alice in Wonderland versions, but it's definitely up there. All right, some Sandra Bullock for you tonight with 28 Days Later. This is a really awesome film to be sitting down with the girlfriend or somebody on the couch cuddling with them and watching. It's a good cuddly watch movie. It kind of on that chick flicky kind of side of things, but 28 Days, it's all right. It's not the worst. However, in my personal opinion, and I've gotten so much slack about this, I have my review I did on this movie. I have more hate from this particular review than any of them I've done so far. And I think as of right now, I've got like 110, 112, no more than that. It's probably 120, probably videos up so far. And yeah, yeah, Dwayne Johnson, the Scorpion King. Yeah. Watch the review if you want my honest opinion. I will probably watch it again, and give it a little bit more of a fair shake, because maybe I am being a little too hard on it, but not one I like. All right, so we got some James Stewart and Donna Reed. One of the best Christmas movies ever. There's a lot of Christmas movies, but this is definitely one of the best, one of my favorites. It's just a wholesome family Christmas movie, and but It's a Wonderful Life, and yeah, it's a great film. So got to have that in my collection. I love Whoopi Goldberg. The politics, I can't handle that. I'm like, whatever. Do you, boo? It's all good. I don't. Okay, so when it comes to an artist, I like the art. I don't necessarily pay attention or like the artist itself, but I like the art. And in a lot, Whoopi Goldberg is an amazing artist, or at least she was an amazing artist. I haven't seen anything new recently from her. But Call Me Claus was a fantastic Christmas movie. And she did an absolutely wonderful job in this. It kind of plays off the Scrooge thing. It kind of plays off of, the Santa Claus, which I think this came out before the Tim Allen Santa Claus. But it kind of just plays off of those a little bit. It kind of has a little bit of those vibes. But fantastic movie. All right, so we got some Nick Cannon, and I'll probably I won't replace it, but these movies here, this is Drumline, but these types of movies really got a lot of flack. A lot of them came out in the 90s and early 2000s. A lot of these band and movement and noise and music and high schooly kind of movies got a bad kind of run, and but Drumline, it's pretty good. I would say it's, out of a lot of them, it's not the best, but it's pretty close. All right, so I am a huge fan of the cast in this movie. So we got Dean Cain, we got Andy Dick, we got Sean Patrick Flanny, Luke Wilson, and let's see, Drew Barrymore, Mitchell Whitefield, but best man. So the cast is amazing. The comedy, the action, the romance, the movie's lacking something. I can't really put my finger on it. It's just not all there. I'm a big Drew Barrymore fan. I liked Drew Barrymore when she was a kid. I liked her when she was a teenager. Well, when she came back, because she retired for a while. And, those awkward years for her, she kind of disappeared and did her own thing, sort of. But, Charlie's Angels, there's a lot. She has a production company of her own, and that's pretty good. She does a lot of great films, but Happy Madison, I think, is who kind of got her started in that whole thing. So anyways, great film. It just seems like it's lacking something. All right, then we got some John Candy, another great film, Summer Rental. Again, I don't think it's one of his best. I think Uncle Buck is probably a little bit better of a movie than this, but you still get kind of that silly, kind of over-the-top acting with him, and yet he has just enough to keep you grounded. And John Candy is definitely one of my all-time favorite actors. I got my male actors. John Candy is on my top 5. So is John Goodman and a bunch of others, but Bruce Willis is one of them as well. But yep. And then we got some Leonardo DiCaprio and Tom Hanks, and this is Catch Me If You Can. A very good movie. It's about a guy who is basically trying to get away, and he's got some issues, let's be honest. But he's kind of fakes being a pilot and fakes being all these different like type of things. And Tom Hanks' character tries catching him. And he's always seems like every time Tom Hanks gets real close or right on, boom, he just changes everything, becomes a doctor, or just does complete life and role reversal, and just moves to a different part of the country and whatnot. But Catch Me If You Can, darn good one. Of course, you got to add that. I have to have that in the collection. Okay, this particular release I will be replacing. Not that I don't like it, it's just it doesn't feel right. So E.T., you got to have E.T. Of course, in my opinion, E.T. would not be E.T. without Drew Barrymore. Again, I like I said, I have a thing for Drew Barrymore. I think she's amazing. This particular release, it feels like it needs a sleeve. It needs a cover, because if you look at the spine, it doesn't say what it is. It doesn't have no artwork, no nothing. However, the way the movie are in here is great. When you reverse it, you get the image. I mean, this is really, it's a collector's edition. It's limited collector's edition. Yeah, right. I think they probably still make this version, but I'm sure they don't. I'm going to get this on Blu-ray and upgrade, and this particular copy will be going. I just don't like it. I want to be able to look at my shelf and be able to know what the title is of that movie. I know because I've seen it for years and I know what it is, but somebody coming in to look at my stuff to tell me, oh yeah, I'd like to watch this, I'd like to watch that. So I watched this movie when I was a kid. I think I was in middle school. The teacher, I think, played it. I think we read the book first, and then she played the movie for us one day as a thing for getting through the book. But The Secret Garden. Now, this has been redone a couple of times, but this Warner Brothers version is my favorite. I'm upset that my version is a snapper case. I have snapper cases. I'm not necessarily a big fan of them, but I have them. And all right, so this next one is a documentary, a 3-day event called Woodstock, 1974, I think, is when this one is. And but it's awesome documentary. What I like about this is they didn't edit out the nudity. Now, there's not a lot of it, but what it does do is it gives you a real feeling and a glimpse of this time period. Actually, it might be 1968, maybe. But it gives you a real glimpse of this time period. It makes you understand where these people were, what their thought process was, and who they really were as individuals. Oop. Okay. But great documentary. Nonetheless, great documentary. It's just kind of, and great music. I mean, Richie Van Havens was in this. I mean, it was like, a lot of great music. What I like is they show you the building of the set, and all the drama the set of the venue, and all of the drama and all the stuff that happens. It's absolutely fantastic. So, and I'm gonna have to pause yet again to plug in the camera. Hold on. Okay, you guys, I am back. Sorry about that. It's just, like I've said this before, it is really hard to film anything in the middle of the day. There's just, our house is crazy. People come and go and things are happening. Actually, my mom was just here and she's helping me with my new list of all of this stuff. So, all right, anywho, let's get back into it. So this movie is just really good. The kid from, I don't remember his name, from Karate Kid and Patrick Swayze and stuff are in this. The Outsiders. So this is a really good film. Get a snapper case. I got a lot of them. Actually, I don't have as many. Let me adjust you. I don't have as many snapper cases as I used to. I used to have a ton, and I don't have as many as I used to. All right, so breathe. Okay, so my next one has got Morgan Freeman and Tim Robbins in it. Now I have this, The Shawshank Redemption, on a snapper case in my collection. I have come across a couple of times the ability to upgrade this, and I haven't, because I own it in Steelbook on Blu-ray. So when I want to watch it, I actually watch it in the Steelbook on Blu-ray. I do not put Steelbooks on the shelves. All of my shelves, they have just either Blu-ray or DVD, and that's it. I don't have any other ones in there. All of my Steelbooks are kept separate. Those are more, in my opinion, those are more of a collector's item kind of thing. Yeah, if I want to watch Shawshank in a really, really high def, really good condition, or really good quality, I'll grab that. And I don't mind doing that. All right, so we got some Dan Aykroyd. Sounds like the furnace just turned on. Dan Aykroyd and Jane Curtis in Coneheads. I do believe this is out of print, but I'm not 100% sure. It may not be, but anywho, great film. It's a hilarious film. I've done a review on it. It's one of my last ones I did a review on, I think. For the previous, but darn good movie. Coneheads is really good, you guys, really good. All right, so then we got some Tim Allen and Alan Rickman in Galaxy Quest. So this movie is really interesting because they spend a lot of their time kind of making fun of Star Trek and that kind of thing, kind of a roundabout sort of way, but it's definitely a funny flick. Tim Allen is amazing in this. He plays the captain, and darn good movie. So that's definitely in my collection. All right, number 25. So we're halfway there, you guys, halfway there. We have some Lake Placid, and this is a great movie. This is in my collection. This is the very first Betty White video that I got. She doesn't have credits on the front of the cover, but she plays the crazy old lady that kind of a cameo, sorta, but crazy old lady that feeds the alligator or crocodile, excuse me, and but absolutely funny, and Betty White is definitely going to be missed. It's a real shame she was unable to make it to her 100th birthday. She was so close, and she will definitely be missed, with lots of greats, just gone before we were ready. So, speaking of which, the next one, some Robin Williams, again, gone way too soon as far as I'm concerned. But we got Moscow on the Hudson. This is a good film. It's definitely not one of his best, but Robin Williams is an amazing actor. I'm going to probably say this over and over again. Robin Williams has this ability to just change everything about his acting style in between roles. When he does a new role, he changes everything. It completely flips the coin on his ability to act and his acting style. He just changes it. There's a lot of really amazing actors that are like that, and he is definitely one of those. All right, so this film here, I got this film because I like Macaulay Culkin. Well, Macaulay Culkin isn't in this, but his brother is Kieran Culkin. This is The Dangerous Lives of the Altar Boys. You got stickers from Hastings Video on there. It was apparently in clearance for $15. I can't believe I paid $15 for a DVD, but I did. But great film. It kind of puts you into that world of being a kid from the late 90s, mid to late 90s. You know, you got the girlfriend crush, you got the bullying and fighting because they're in this world of trying to be a kid and trying to discover who they are as a person and where their place in the world is. So definitely good film. This one I need to watch again. Tim Robbins. My early years of collecting, I collected a lot of Tim Robbins, and it wasn't so much that I thought about it. I just did it. I don't know why. I guess I came across him or whatever. He's a great actor. And so is Jeff Bridges. Arlington Road. I need to watch this again. It's been a while, and this is, from what I remember, was an absolutely fantastic film. Suspense and drama and just great all around, Saturday afternoon film. Okay, so then my very first horror movie, is The Breed. And again, the cast isn't terrible. It's not terrible. You got what is his name? Adrian Paul. I think that's his name. This guy here. I want to say he played the Highlander, if I remember correctly. But it's an all right film. The whole vampire-y kind of thing. It's okay. This movie, this is actually, I think, you know what? I think this is the very first movie that I ever owned, ever. And I that actually started my collection. Now, not this copy, but when I was a kid, Annie was my all-time favorite movie. And I'm talking, I was probably about 4 or 5. I was given a VHS copy of this. I burned it out. I literally played that 150, 200 times over and over and over and over and over again every day, 2-3 times a day for probably a good year, maybe more. And even now, I still love throwing this version of Annie in. I had a clipper case at one point in time, and I upgraded and got this particular case, the white case. But Annie Warbucks, The Sun Will Come Out Tomorrow. You can bet your bottom dollar on it. All right, so it's the first time I've mentioned it, I think, really. I mean, I don't think I mentioned it with, where is it? Yeah, Scorpion King. I didn't really mention this, but I am not a huge fan of this time period. And I don't know what the time period is, but this movie's pretty good, though. Russell Crowe in Gladiator. But I'm not a huge fan of watching movies from the medievally time period. It's just not my thing. I don't know. It's hard. It's like Game of Thrones. It's hard for me to watch. I really struggle to watch it. Not that the acting's bad, not that the characters are bad or the script is bad. It's just I can't relate to it, so it makes it hard for me. But you know what? The Gladiator, it's in my collection. We do like watching it, and it is well done. So All right, so I've got some Woody Allen here and some Michael J. Fox and Julie Carvin, I think her name is, Craven, who, if I remember correctly, I forgot the name right. It's the girl, no, Malin, whatever. The girl that played Blossom, I can't remember her darn name. She was in The Big Bang Theory, I think, a little bit too, but Don't Drink the Water. It's a pretty good film. Dom DeLuise, who also unfortunately isn't with us anymore, but good film. Kind of funny. Got some drama to it, because the Woody Allen, so it's got some drama to it, but it's a good film. All right, so this particular version of Pinocchio is pretty good. It's a pretty good version. I saw this 12 or 13 years ago. I think it was the last time I saw it. I wasn't head over heels. Matter of fact, I kind of got bored, but it's a good version. So, anyways, that's in my collection. Here we go with another John Candy. Who's Harry Crumb? This, I definitely think this is probably just about as good as Summer Rental, if not a little bit funnier. He plays a detective, and yeah, pretty good little film. So, all right, we've got some Robert Downey Jr. and Samuel L. Jackson in Hail Caesar. I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna have to watch it again. It's been a while. My problem is I have short-term memory loss, so unless the movie really impacts me and really catches, then I don't remember it so well, and unfortunately this is probably one of those. But I've seen all of these so far, so. Okay, so we got some Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder. And this is not my favorite with these two, but it's a good one. It's Stir Crazy. See No Evil, Hear No Evil would probably be my favorite that these two have together have done, but good film. Not the worst. All right, so we've got some Tommy Chung, Far Out Man. And this is a good film. I mean, if you like Cheech and Chong, and Chong's character in Cheech and Chong, you'll like this guy. He plays a dad that's just kind of like a hippie, basically, that's, couldn't seem to figure out how to leave the 60s. Good film. The Science Project. I don't remember who all was in this, but yeah. Matter of fact, I don't even remember what exactly it's about. It's a teacher and a bunch of kids, it looks like. Probably high school. So, I bet you it's a ripoff of the other one. This film is pretty good. So originally I bought this because, oh my gosh, what's his name? I'm totally going to mess. I can't believe I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Bill Murray's in this. Is why I got the Royal Tenenbaums. And there's no way there's a loose disc. I just had this out the other day. There's no way this is a loose disc. Oh my God, there's a loose disc, and make sure it's not scratched. It is still minty fresh. All right. Yeah, the Royal Tenenbaums. It's a Criterion release. This is my very first Criterion release I have ever had in my collection. But the Royal Tenenbaums, it's all right. It's got one heck of a cast. Yeah, Bill Murray, Gene Hackman, Danny Glover, Ben Stiller, Luke Wilson, Owen Wilson, Gwyneth Paltrow. So it's got a cast, that's for sure. Just okay. So I just got this on Blu-ray Steelbook. Ghostbusters, the first one, and darn good movie. Darn good movie. Matter of fact, this is the first scary movie I saw as a child. I was 3 or 4, and I was at a friend's house, babysitter's house, and they were watching it. And in the beginning part, where they yell, "Get her!" and the ghost lunges at the screen. Well, I just happened to be standing in front of the dang screen at the moment. And I'm watching, and they go, "Get her!" And it goes, "Ah!" And I jumped. I done. I was over. I started crying. I was done. I was done. And it was years later by the time I saw this. I think I was probably about 12 or 13 when I saw it. And I loved it. And I still love it. I think it's a great movie. Part 2 is just as good, but Part 1 is the best. And I can't wait to see the next one that is coming out. Or has come out. I don't keep track of new movies, unfortunately. Real quick, I'm not going to go into detail on this one, but I'm just going to throw it out there so you know it's in my collection. Bush's Brain. So it's a documentary, basically. Yep, over that one. We don't talk about politics here, just saying. All right, so the next one I have, I don't recognize any of the cast. I know I've seen this. I've seen it a couple times. But Code Hunter, and again, my brain, the way it works, memory, I don't remember 100%, so I'm not going to tell you what it's about because I don't remember 100%. We're almost done. We've only got a few left. All right, so I bought this one because it's a National Lampoon's. I want to collect all the National Lampoon's movies. This is Black Ball, and I believe it's British, if I remember correctly. It's kind of like Kingpin, sort of, where you got the guy and he is a know-it-all and he's an expert at his game, and then you got the old-timer who, he's old-fashioned, and the new guy comes in and kind of just blows everything out of the water, and then he gets angry, and they kind of do their battle against each other till death, or to the very end. Okay, and then we've got, I don't know how do you say her name, Isla Fisher, I guess. It's Confessions of a Shoplifter. I don't think I've ever seen it. It just doesn't look like something I'd be interested in. It's a fairly newer title to my collection, too. It was replacing, I think, something that got damaged, and I couldn't find a replacement for it. All right, so you got some Jack Nicholson, Knowing. Again, Jack Nicholson has played a lot of end-of-the-world kind of movies. He's starting to get kind of a bad rap for getting stuck in these crummy action movies, and he's not really the best of actors anymore. Is kind of what he's starting to do, at least in my observation of him. Nicolas Cage, excuse me, not Nicolas Cage. Yep, I got that one. All right, almost there. 3 to go. Got to have this in your collection. It's an absolute must. If you want to be a collector of movies, you have to have the best one there is. And this, it's probably not the best one there is, but this movie was total. This movie was break-winning. How to word this because my brain isn't working right. This was before its time. The way it was done. Color movies and color TV and stuff was just starting to come out. It was the 1940s, I think. Just starting to come out. And this movie was playing in the theaters. And the reason, if you watch this, the reason it's black and white to begin with is because that was normal. All the movies were black and white. And they wanted to really make an impact and kind of shock the audience. And so when they went from the black and white in normal life to the color in Oz, it was kind of this whoa kind of moment. And that's really what that was all about. Now, they used that to show that Oz was something extra special. Oz was something more amazing. But the real thing behind it was we did all of our movies in black and white, and now we're going to shock you with some color. And it was really cool. Very well done. A lot of enhancements and stuff have been done over the years to it, with the color and with the things and the way they did the prints and all that. I have the snapper case. I would like to own this eventually on Blu-ray. But soundtrack, I mean, absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. There was this thing, somebody said something about instead of Judy Garland, they were going to use somebody else to play the character. I can't remember who the heck it was, but yeah. All right, so these next two are in my collection as well. I have them I'm going to replace them. They're actually going to be completely replaced. I have the upgraded versions of these. So I have the Lord of the Rings Two Towers. This has been in my collection for a long time. And I just, as I'm pulling these down and going through them, I just realized I have the deluxe editions of these. Same with Hobbit. So these are going to get replaced. I'm going to pull these out and put in a newer title in this spot. And then same with this one, The Fellowship of the Rings. Now, these are great versions of the movie. Both of them are fantastic versions of the movie. There's nothing wrong with them. They're basically like, the double disc and extra features up the wazoo. And I think I want to check that out too. See if the extra features in this are the same as what I've got in the other ones. But yeah, that is it. So thank you so very much for sticking around. I hope you're still here. I'm sorry, this is this little series of of videos I'm putting together is a little. There's gonna be a lot of them, and I'm building a playlist. There will be a playlist if it's not right now. Here, by the time the next one comes out, there'll be a playlist. My plan is to release one of these every month, on the first of the month, every single month, and then that way you can see my movies, and I kind of extend it out a little bit. I've seen a lot of people do these this is what's in my collection movies, and they try to fit it all into a 4-hour event, and there's very few people that want to sit and watch 4 hours of someone sitting here or just sliding one disc at a time and showing you, oh, got this one, I got this one, I got this one. I wanted to do it a little bit differently. This format for me is kind of my thing. I like sitting here in my office chair. I can swivel. I like sitting in my office chair, and I like talking with you and kind of doing this with you. So this is it. This is my jam right here. So I will see you next month on the 1st when I will release part 2. And then every month after that, I will just continue on the 1st and until we're completely caught up, which will most likely be a few years from now. But with my rate of collecting, I got probably 10 years worth of these little videos, honestly. So, but yeah, that's it. Was it? My gosh, there's 12 a month. 12 of these a month, or 12 of these a year. And there's got to be at least 50, maybe more. So, all right. Anywho, I will leave you now. Y'all have yourselves a fantastic rest of your day. Comment down below. Let me know what you watched this week. Let me know what you've been up to. How many titles do you own? Are you a collector, or do you just enjoy watching movies? Or watching me review movies. Why are you here on my channel? Just let's have a conversation. I'm totally open. Even if you just say thanks for watching, I really enjoy that. Having a little bit of dialogue and connection with you. That's why I'm here. I am in front of the camera because I enjoy this. I've been here for a long, long time on YouTube, since 2009. this particular channel, I think 6, maybe 7 years now. And I haven't really done anything with it. I've been spending a lot of time on the gardening channel. And so I'm it's wintertime, and I'm not over the garden, but I'm kind of tired of the garden. I've been doing it a long, long, long time, and I like this too. This is my thing. So, all right, I got to go. Y'all have a good one. Until next time. Bye for now.